everyone. Thought I'd make a video for the new site that is sponsoring dailyrotohelp.com, and that is fanday.com. So I'm going to go through the website, show you guys what to expect, how to make money, and move on from there. So started with a $50 deposit a week ago, and you're going to hear a bunch of TV commercials for the turn $27 into $1 million over at FanDuel, but that's really based on luck. If you do the cash games, which you can for 25 cents, and we'll go through that, that's the best way to make money. So, I mean, we'll kind of look at the best way to go about turning your money into the easiest instead of waiting for that lucky lineup that might win you the $1 million. But chances of that in your lifetime are pretty low. So let's just get started. Fanday.com, they want to base it off of cash games, not actually the guaranteed prize pools. They do have the tournaments down here, not a lot of them, and that's because they want to base it more on cash games, which is the best way to make your money. You want to get a bankroll up before you just jump into those games. So let's jump into that and kind of look at what the site has to offer, what you guys can expect, and we'll move from there. So if you are not aware of what we do over at Daily Roto Help, what we do is give you free advice, and if you want to see the full advice, you subscribe, which we have a ton of subscribers, which is awesome. But just like today, fantasy basketball advice, click on that. It's on the front page. Actually, last night for our FanDuel, I had one lucky subscriber, Trevino559, using our advice and his own, turn $10 into $25,000, and he showed that, which is awesome. Obviously, not everyone's going to do that. That's why this is all luck, and you want to basically do cash games before you do the guaranteed prize pools or GDPs or the tournaments or whatever you want to call them. But Trevino559 paid his college off, is what he told me. And then this was his winning lineup, or second place lineup. Obviously, Forsett came through along with Steve Smith last night, Jimmy Graham. So that's awesome for NFL. We do NFL and we do NBA. And what we do is we give you 5 players to choose from. And then if you want to subscribe for more, currently today is that we've listed these players as either value or full players. And then obviously down below here is part of a FanDuel lineup. There's also a DraftKings lineup and a Fanday lineup, and that is dailyrotohelp.com, which will be in the description below. But what I want to do is fanday.com, and it's a brand new site, and I'd love it if you guys would check that out as well. But kind of, you go through NFL, NBA. Let's go. I'll make a lineup right now and show you guys kind of the steps and methods as to how I go about making a cash game lineup, the thought process, and what we go through from there. So give me 1 second and I'll bring up the lineup without showing the actual one. So here we are with the lineup, and as you can see, there's 5 games tonight. You can choose from next game or tomorrow. Choose your lineup, choose your sport, which is awesome. So we're going to do the NBA, obviously, and we're just going to go by positions and look for who we look for. Currently, Stephen Curry, Steph Curry, whatever you want to call him, he's actually seen the most. He's had a couple down games, as you can see, but he is capable of going off for 30 points, 15 assists, 56.5 fantasy points. He's going up against the Miami Heat, who are not that good against the point guard position. His average minutes, 33.25. 22.58 points, blah, 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 41.85 fantasy points. Got to have him. And you kind of just build around from there. I want to go down here. Gortat, with Hilario being out, I think he's the one who sees the most added minutes, as you can see. He was averaging sort of like this, 28, 26, 27, 26. Hilario went out. He played 35 minutes, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 34.25. He should see the best tonight for the Wizards. And then we kind of just go back and forth, figure out what we need, look at what we do need, and then we go from there. I mean, Anthony Davis, he's obviously 53.23 fantasy points here on Fan Day, but when you put someone up that high on that, you lose value on other ones. So I kind of got to look for, I like Gasol down here for cheaper, with Rose being out all the time or hurt all the time or just cramping or fatigued, whatever. His price on most sites, it should be as much, it should be a lot more than what it is actually. He came back from injury after 3 games, played 37 minutes, 23 points, 48.25. And then he's going up against the Denver Nuggets, who can't stop the power forward position. So I'm plugging him in our lineup. And then just kind of build along from there and show you guys kind of how we do this, what the thought process is. So you kind of got to go through, there's other positions. I'll go with shooting guard. I like Jimmy Butler tonight for 6,600 because Rose is back, so that might deter people. But Rose most likely will probably get hurt, or he won't play half the game or just half of the game. And Butler, even though Rose came back last night, this is what Butler did with Rose in the lineup. He played 44 minutes, 25 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and 35.5 fantasy points. Generally, to make value is 4 to 5 times their cost. So you're looking at anywhere between 25 to 35 points would be value, which he hit here. And I do believe he'll hit that tonight as well. So I'm going with Jimmy Butler as that's just how I'm building the guards. And then you kind of just got to go through, and what we do is we do all the research for you so you guys don't have to, which sometimes if you work all day, you want to come home, you want to be able to subscribe over to dailyrotohelp.com, just look at the lineup, plug that in, and maybe make a couple changes for yourselves if there's like a last minute injury for sites that lock their lineups at the start, which both FanDuel and FanDay lock their lineups at the start. It's got its ups, it's got its downs. And then you got to remember, every lineup we build, it's built for cash games. Cash games are where you're going to build your bankroll. Once your bankroll gets up to whatever you think you can spend, then throw it into the $10, $15, $20 tournaments. But feel free to throw it into a $5 tournament or a $2, $1 tournament just to see. So you don't want to line up for cash games that goes completely off and then you don't have it in a tournament where it would have cashed like Trevino did. It cashed $25,000 in one night. And I'm not saying that all of our lineups are going to do that, but I mean, it is possible, as you could see by those pictures, which is awesome. And he wants me to shout him out, which I have done. So he has paid off his college, he told me, which is obviously what you would do first, and then you kind of either bank that cash or you kind of go a little crazy a little bit, but not a ton. So then we go back here and we look at who's got the best chance. D Wade is out, so Chalmers, he just automatically gets a boost. With Wade in, he's still averaging, as you can see over the last few games, 34, 35 minutes, 41, 42, kind of down there, but he does see a plus matchup in Golden State, which the game should stay competitive the whole time. So hopefully we get what we need, and he helps us out. Another value play tonight is Augustine, as he should be getting most of, well, we can't add him, but he should be getting the points and the minutes that Jennings would normally get. He's not in right now. There's no news of yet, but from what I read, he's not going to be starting tonight. So DJ Augustine is a value play if you want to go that route. You can go the route of Anthony Davis, but it's going to take up about 2 spots, and honestly, we can build a lineup that 2 people for half his price could get those points. So it's kind of like, this is just kind of the thought process through how we build our lineups, how we go through all that. I'll kind of show you what else this site has to offer, which is awesome. For every person you guys refer, you guys get $10 every time that they, well, for when your referral deposits for the first time, you get paid an extra $10. As you can see, I've got 5 referrals that have done that, and then Fan Day Chips, it's kind of like there's a store, and I'll kind of show you the store. If you want to go about that, there's stuff you can get koozies, you can get a coffee mug, hat, a shirt, an iPad mini, MacBook Pro with 300,000 chips. For every dollar you win, you get chips, and that's how you spend it. The MacBook Pro is going to obviously take you a while, but if you can afford that MacBook Pro, you're doing really good on this website. Again, that's fanday.com, and we'll kind of go through the different stakes that you can do. So you can do 25 cent, $50, $2, 5, 10, 25, 50, 100, 250, 500. Obviously, it just depends. You want to start out with, so when you post matchups, let's post matchups. So you do public or private, 1 versus 1, pick your lineup, pick the time, and then you could do like 50. And then what I like about this is opponent can select you 1 time, or you could play 2 times, etc., etc. So it's kind of a matchup blocker. And they're going to be working on a bunch of stuff, and you can manage your lineups. You can go through, post all of them. You can post them ahead of time with the different sports, which is awesome. So if you guys would want to check out what offers and services that we do offer, you could head over to the sports blog over at fantasysportsadvice.sportsblog.com. Check out that. If you want to be part of the subscriber base that we have, go over to dailyrotohelp.com, click on the article, whether or not that's NFL or basketball, and when you click on that, you'll be prompted with a little pop-up to either pay for $2 a day, $10 for the week, or $20 for the month. The best one is the month. For $20. You can see every basketball article and every football article that is posted within that month. And the old process, you had to pay separately for those, but with the new one, all you have to do is pay for one. So check that out. You could follow us over at Twitter at fantasyadvice22, youtube.com/fantasysportsguru22, or facebook.com/fantasysportsguru22. So if you have any questions, please tweet us and we'll try to answer them. And with this NFL week coming up, we're going to have about 15 lineups, 5 for Fan Day, 5 for FanDuel, 5 for VicDiv, and 5 for DraftKings. So we're going to have about 20 actually. We'll add that other, I forgot about VicDiv. And this is just a really easy, fun, safe way to make money from home. So if you guys have any questions, please comment down below. Check out the links that'll be in the description, and good luck this weekend.